Good morning, Scott School, in this terrific Tuesday, April 2nd. It's amazing how time flies when we're having fun. I hope you had a wonderful spring break and enjoyed your time off. Whether you traveled near or far or stayed home, it's always nice to kind of regroup and get centered again and grounded and just unplug from school and do things that you enjoy. So, I'm so glad to be back, though, and see all of your smiling faces. A reminder now that we've been off for a week, we still here at Scott School are respectful, responsible, and safe students every single day. And we're always bucket fillers. And those rules apply to when we're not at school as well. So I hope over break you were able to demonstrate those same skills because they are lifelong skills that will help you no matter where you're at and how old you are, because there are things that I do and I'm pretty old. So being respectful, responsible, safe is what we stand for. And I love that bucket filling behavior I'm seeing in the hallways. Something I want to share with you is our spring testing is coming up soon. So next Monday, our third graders will start taking the M-STEP test. That test, is the first time that any student, kindergarten, first and second and third grade, takes it. And then every year after, there's some level of testing that occurs with M-STEP. So third graders, don't you worry. It's very much like NWEA, but there are some specific rules that your teacher will cover with you, but it's very similar. And we don't want you to be stressed or worried or anything like that because, like NWEA, it's not a test you can prepare for. You just show up, give your very best. But some tips to help you prepare are to make sure that you get a good night's rest before testing because you want to be at your best and you want to be alert and not fatigued and tired. Another tip is to make sure that you eat a really good breakfast, right? Because breakfast and quality food gives us brain energy and helps us test and do our very best. And then the last tip I'm going to give today is to make sure that you actually just give your very best when you're answering questions instead of guessing. Now, if you get stuck on a question, you know what to do. Just use your best guess in that case. I don't want you to stop and wait and work on that question forever and ever and ever, because even though that this test is not timed, we don't want you to get stuck and not move on. So if you get to that point, just see what questions or what answers you can eliminate on those questions, and then pick the very best one and then move to the next one. Like I said, these tests or these questions are very much like NWEA, so you shouldn't be much surprised. The other thing is your teacher likely has already showed you some practice questions in class, or you've had an opportunity to take the practice test in class. And if not, I'm sure you'll have that chance this week. I also have shared information with your families on how you can test at home and practice for this if you want to actually just kind of be aware and familiar with what the questions look like. So if you go home and go, you know what, Mrs. Rehas said there's a way I can see what the questions look like, just tell your grown up to open up our Scott School newsletter, which is on our Scott School webpage, and it will give you all the information you need to practice at home. And then finally, the other thing that you will need for this assessment is you need to have earbuds or headphones. Really, really important, because next week we'll be taking the ELA test, which is English language assessment, and that will allow you to actually listen to what is called a listening portion to the test. But M-STEP changed their rules this year, and all the directions now are audio. So you need those headphones, because when the directions, your teacher will read a certain set of directions to you, but then there are more directions that you will listen to. So you need earphones or earbuds. And we have some extras here if you forget yours or you just don't have a pair. So don't worry. But if you have your own, that's really nice. The following week, not next week, but the week after that, then we take the math M-STEP. And usually, this is the new rule this year. Usually, you don't have to have headphones or earbuds for that one. but this year you do, because the new rule is those directions are still audio and you have to listen to them. So again, your teacher will give you a set of directions that you'll just listen to your teacher, and then you'll put your earphones or headphones on, and you will listen to some audio directions before you start the test. And then for the test on the math one, you don't have to have the earbuds or headphones on the entire time. So that's just some information to get you prepared for our upcoming testing. I know you're going to give your all and do your very best. I'm confident of that. And now on to Mrs. Schwartz.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Reha, or game show host Reha. That's right. March's Reading Month was a fabulous time, and it was just a great time to be at Scott School. It was so much fun. We have our Fab with vocab word this week, which is radiant. Oh my goodness, I love this. Radiant, which is an adjective meaning very bright or shining. It was definitely, well, I got one for you in a minute. But we've got our comic here. It says, I'd like to thank my brother for my radiant smile. And this person is at the first annual Cheerful Students Awards. Look at that. And her brother, he's got a little flashlight there. You see that? Yes. So it was definitely radiant outside yesterday with all of the sunshine, much different from today. So it is definitely a little more moist out there today. So friends, make sure you keep an eye on that flag because we don't know exactly what Michigan weather is going to bring us. All right, we've got some Panther Pride winners today from Miss Anderson's class, Caden and Ellie. From Miss Sovey's class, Kaya and Kyle. And from Mrs. Toth's class, Frankie and Mila. Congratulations, my friends. We know that you will continue to do a great job of bringing our bucket filling behavior right to the forefront of all you do. Now let's please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a truly terrific Tuesday, Scott School.